Okay, welcome to today's explainer. We're skipping the basic overview today and jumping straight into something massive. We are talking about recursive self-improvement. Basically, what actually happens when an algorithm can just rewrite its own code. We're going to look at real expert views on the risks, how these self-learning algorithms operate, and really ask ourselves, are we ready for this totally autonomous reality? Let's get right into it. Listen to this claim straight from our source material. The AI that improves itself without human help is already real. Now, I know it totally reads like a standard sensationalized internet headline, but we've really got to look past that dramatic delivery because if this premise holds up, we are crossing a definitive line into a brand new era of technology. It's a complete paradigm shift, and it demands our full attention. Let's break down that first part. Historically, artificial intelligence has just been a tool, right? It always needed a human engineer sitting there to patch the bugs or feed it better training data. But this points to something completely different. We're talking about a reality where these algorithms are analyzing their own architecture, finding inefficiencies in real time, and just rewriting their own underlying code to become smarter. It isn't just learning new facts, it is literally expanding its own brain capacity. And this is why that word itself is capitalized. It's the absolute essence of a closed loop. The system is the active engineer writing the code, and it's also the software receiving the update. It evaluates its own performance, spots its own weaknesses, and deploys its own upgrades at computer speed. There's no waiting around for the next software patch rollout. The optimization is continuous, recursive, and totally internal. But the phrase, without human help, well, that is exactly where our pure technological fascination slams right into some legitimate expert-backed safety concerns. See, humans have always been the bottleneck in tech evolution. We have to sleep, we eat, we debug code line by laborious line. Removing us means the system isn't held back by human pacing anymore. But much more importantly, it means it's no longer tethered to our constant oversight. The contrast here is incredibly stark. A managed process gives us guardrails, but an entirely independent path, that introduces some massive unpredictability. When experts look ahead at the next few years, specifically looking at the runway to 2026, they actually point to 5 core threats in this autonomous trajectory. And the absolute biggest concern is misalignment. What happens if a system optimizes for a goal in a way that just fundamentally clashes with human safety or values? We suddenly go from being the drivers to just being bystanders. So when you combine that self-improvement with total independence, the pace of advancement goes absolutely exponential. It's kind of like giving a basic desk calculator the ability to build a better calculator, which then immediately builds a supercomputer, all while you're out grabbing a coffee. The compounding effect of these machine speed iterations is just staggering. And remember, this isn't some theoretical debate for computer scientists to argue about for the year 2050. Actually, the most disruptive part of this entire claim is the timeline. There's no future tense being used here at all. The autonomous, self-improving reality we're discussing isn't waiting for us in some distant sci-fi future. According to the source, we are currently living inside of it. The milestone is past. The systems capable of this autonomous optimization are active today. And yeah, the source concludes the whole thing with a screaming face emoji, which, honestly, might actually be the most accurate technical assessment of the whole situation. It perfectly captures that sense of technological vertigo we're all feeling. We have genuine, factual reasons to be incredibly excited about the massive global problems an autonomous AI could solve. But that excitement is smashed right up against the raw, unfiltered anxiety of taking our hands off the steering wheel entirely. So I want to leave you with this final thought to spark your own discussion. If this loop of self-improvement is indeed closed and human intervention is literally no longer required for AI to advance, how do we enforce safety in systems that are outsmarting us in real time? How do we successfully adapt to an autonomous reality? It's arguably the most important question of our time. Thanks so much for diving into this explainer with me.